to our big spotlight then for this evening. After weeks of uncertainty, the logjam around the highly anticipated India-Pakistan World T20 clash has finally ended. The ICC has announced that the venue for the match has been changed from Dharamshala to Kolkata following security concerns raised by the Pakistan Cricket Board. And also remember, the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh. The Eden Gardens, of course, is the gainer now, and they will be hosting the marquee contest of the Super 10 stage on the original date, the 19th of March. ICC CEO Dave Richardson said that the decision to change the venue was taken due to the statement made by the Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Veerbhadra Singh, who had said, remember, that his government would not use force to deal with the planned protests. To discuss more on that, I'm now joined by Sharda Ugra, senior editor at ESPN Cricinfo. Sharda, sometime back, the BCCI Secretary Anurag Thakur actually made a statement saying that Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister's letter to the Ministry of Home Affairs saying that they will not be able to guarantee security has actually come as a huge embarrassment to India, considering the fact that we consider ourselves to be a cricketing powerhouse. Do you think it's as embarrassing as the BCCI Secretary is making it out to be?
I think it's largely an embarrassment, sort of a personal embarrassment for him, because it is a very careful political game played by Veerbhadra Singh as Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh, and Anurag Thakur belongs to the rival opposition party. And this is a political game in which cricket has got squashed and stuck in the middle. So I think, just another point I wanted to make is that the Pakistanis have deferred sending their men's and women's team over, provided they're looking for extra, they're looking for assurances from the Indian government. And this is a statement that's come across a lot of media a couple of hours ago. So the story is not yet over. It's still going to be bubbling along for some time. And I think the embarrassment is largely Anurag Thakur's, because he's not only the president of the HPCA and that beautiful ground where the match was due to be played, he's also a BJP MP at the time. So it's very much a political game that has kind of got him caught in this fairly uncomfortable position.
So clearly then the fans have been caught, in this political slugfest between the Congress and the BJP.
Completely, and the fans, traveling fans. I mean, we at Cricinfo, we've got messages and emails and letters from people saying, listen, we booked tickets months ago. We booked hotels, we've paid for hotels, we booked non-refundable tickets. And the entire travel schedule of so many people has been turned upside down because of this sudden change that has taken place. And mind you, it's quite ironical that a few months ago, early in January, just after the Pathankot attack, where there was a big debate and a dispute between a bilateral series that India and Pakistan were due to play, Anurag Thakur, the very same, had gone out and said that we cannot play Pakistan when there is firing across the border and when there are the incidents of terrorist attack on our military bases and so on. And, at the back of his mind, you're just thinking maybe he forgot that there is this big Indo-Pak match that's going to take place in his backyard, and or maybe he didn't that because the central government was there to bail him out of trouble, but you've got sort of his Congress rivals coming in and just kind of stymieing the entire situation.
In fact, you actually preempted my question there, Sharda, because, in fact, in an interview to our sister channel, CNN-IBN, where this was actually, specifically posed to him, the fact that when it comes to a bilateral series, the BJP and the central government seem to have a lot of issues when India plays Pakistan, but in a multilateral series, especially like the World Cup, suddenly, those issues, at least for the time being, disappear overnight. So there's clearly, you would say, there's a lot of hypocrisy that comes out in the BJP stand as far as playing Pakistan is concerned.
Yeah, huge amounts. If Pakistan is Pakistan the state and not Pakistan the cricket team, which of course, cricket officials and politicians kind of tend to morph one over the other. If Pakistan, the enemy, the state is the enemy, whom you are going to counter by kind of depriving all ties with them, then what sense does it make? Is it Pakistan that's the problem, or is it the bilateral series and the international series? So international series are fine, but bilateral series are not fine. So what's the problem? The tournaments or the country that you're talking about? Your neighbors who you have a problem with. There's a huge amount of doublespeak and hypocrisy that has gone on with reference to India-Pakistan cricket. And I think it may have reached a stage where the Pakistanis are saying, okay, now we're not taking any more of this.
Right, right. And what about the politics, that's playing out across the border? Shahryar Khan is the chief of PCB, somebody who's also dabbled in politics himself. How do you see the politics being played out? Because when, every time we, security concerns, it was usually like, foreign teams raising about Pakistan. But now here, Pakistan has had an opportunity to raise security concerns with respect to India.
That is what has happened because the state chief minister came out and said that, listen, I'm not going to be the one that's going to have a lathi charge on ex-servicemen's families if there is a protest. So he brought this issue out, and I think the Pakistanis are very fully entitled to come and say, listen, this is the chief minister of your state saying that he's not going to give us security. So why should we come to that? Why should we travel to that place? And to be fair to them, they did send a security delegation a couple of days ago. That was fairly disappointed by what they saw because they had, when they went to Dharamshala, they had sort of fairly junior level officers amongst the police and state security meeting them. And they said, we don't have a problem with the fact that they're juniors, but they had no master plan or no sort of watertight security plan for them to look at, which is why they've gone back and said, we are not satisfied with what we have. And in terms of Indo-Pak security, if you do want something to go on, then it's like they will call down presidential security. They'll bring in whoever they have to bring in to make the match happen. But in this case, it's because the chief minister is the key sort of troublemaker in this situation. The entire structure of this enterprise that takes place when India plays Pakistan has completely collapsed.
We're going to leave it at that, Shahada. Thank you very much for joining us for that quick analysis. Clearly, India-Pakistan, lately we've seen India-Pakistan encounters being completely one-sided, but the drama often, takes place off the field. Thank you very much, Shahada. Pleasure always to speak with you.